Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today, we are going to make some faux vellum. We're going to try it on different types of paper. We're going to do printed and stamped ink types of paper, and we're going to see um, what works and what doesn't work. Not all ink is created equal for this method that I'm going to be doing. I've found a few of these videos online and I tried them out and it just wasn't working for me. So I went on a hunt on how to make my own faux vellum. And here we go. I hope you learned something and I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, let me know. I will try to link the products that I've used in the description box. So stay tuned. Okay, so supplies. Fairly easy. You're going to need an iron. I got this from Amazon 4-ish years ago now at this point, and it works perfectly fine for all my crafting needs. You're going to need something to protect your surface if you're working on a desk or something like that, and you don't want the heat to go through. I do have just a piece of fabric folded up, and I do have a wool mat. It's a bit smaller than I would like to work for this, but it's okay. It will work. We have your different papers. I have tracing paper, an old book paper. We have printed paper, and this is regular printer paper, and this is a cardstock, and this is just another printed paper too. I love this image, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that with you guys. We have some ink on tissue paper. This is not a special tissue paper at all. It is probably from the Dollar Tree, and it's inked with black soot, distress oxide, Tim Holtz, I do believe. We have a napkin. It was 2-ply. I pulled off the second ply. This does have some little bumpies in it. I don't mind that. And we'll see, I guess, how that works as well. This is red cabbage dyed paper, and I actually did a little bit of I added a stencil while I was drying, so it does have a little bit of like some images there. And then we have a very dark coffee dyed paper that actually also has some iron marks on it, I do believe. It got a little bit darker as I was ironing it because it was not flat at all. So we're going to see if we can get this to be completely transparent. I think we will. And the secret ingredient to all of this, wax. This is from Amazon. This is a warning to keep away from small children because of the bag. But this is Candle Science All Natural Soy Candle Wax. I got this from Amazon. Once again, I will try to link things in the description box. I am trying to get my affiliate program together with Amazon as well. So that's a work in progress. So I'm going, because I've already done this, I kind of know what I want. And for me, you see the wax does kind of come in some bigger chunks. I don't want that. So I find it easier to break it up a little bit in the bag first, than taking it out. If you've never worked with soy wax before, it does melt fairly easy. So breaking it up outside is a bit difficult, in my opinion. But for me, I'm still new to working with this. My intent actually was not to use this to create vellum. I wanted to create scent cubes to use in my home. That's what this was intended for. And I was like, you know what? I have it. Why not use it? I tried oil. I think different types of oils. And it just kept leaving an oily feel to me. And I felt like you had to let it set out like 24 hours or something before that oil would really like seep into the paper so that you can use it and you wouldn't have to worry about it leaking or leaching. Leaching is actually the proper term for it, to another page. So soy wax and just a dirty rag. This is just for me. You will see it in a minute. And parchment paper. This is just Dollar Tree parchment paper. Nothing special. I have this one and I have this here. I actually did use this one previously, so you can kind of see some of the wax on there possibly. Yeah, you can kind of pick it up. And once again, this is a step that you probably don't have to do, but I do it just as a precaution. So yeah. Okay, so we're going to get into it. I'm going to start with a couple of smaller bits first to knock those out. Actually, here we go. I'm going to do these two. So these are the same image printed on different papers. And I think I did play with the colors a bit. As you can see, they do look like they're different colors. So yeah, you know, give me one moment because I really do want to get them done on at the same time. I don't want this to be a 50-minute video. I'm just trimming it down a little bit so that I can have space. All right, so cardstock, regular printer paper. Okay, we're just going to lay that down. And we're going to take some of our wax. And we're going to sprinkle. I do try to get it on the image, on the paper. Although the iron will kind of help you move it around if needed. So I do try to get it spread out a little bit. Once again, these melt very easily, so it's just kind of hard to move with your fingers, but it's okay. You can use a silicone tool to move it around if needed. And okay, so my iron, probably can't see that, but I have it on the setting 5. You may want to play around with whatever iron you use to see what's hot enough, what's too hot, no steam. When I was doing this the other day, I was actually putting it to the highest temp, which was like 9, and it worked for me. But today I'm going to try a different temperature just because it does not take a lot for this to get heated up. So with the wax paper, it can be a little bit, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like, it can get slippery with the wax and the wax paper. So it can get slippery. So that first smoothing out can be a little bit tricky. So kind of hold things together if you can. Okay, and I can already see that I do need a bit more wax. Okay. But you can see already that it is transparent. You can see that other paper under there. And this one, it is a bit transparent too. Cardstock will go transparent for you. So let's just add a little bit more wax. And you know what? I think I'm going to pour some wax in a cup. So I don't have to keep going back in the bag, since I'm going to be doing a bit of this. Give me one moment. Okay, so I don't have to keep going into the bag. I just put it in a small plastic cup. And I'm not too worried about this wax being wasted because you guys will see in a bit. Kind of at the end of it, you'll see what I do to try to preserve a good amount of the wax that I've used. And I'm actually going to turn my iron up 1 degree. It is on 6 now. So we want to get the wax nice and melted. And the more you move the iron around, that wax gets moved around. So it's going to really coat all of the paper. I am filming this, so it's a bit difficult to do this and film. So I will be moving my papers to kind of allow myself the best angle for me to get this done and show you guys what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. All right, we are getting there. I still need some more wax on this page, but I'm gonna turn this over and flip it. So I've found that a good bit of the wax does build up there in that corner because of the way I'm pushing my iron. So I'm gonna go into that corner and use that wax that's already down. I'm not gonna add new wax. I'm gonna use what's on the paper already. You will get a little bit of seep-through from the wax paper. I'm not concerned about that. I don't really use this iron on clothes or anything. It is my crafting iron. So no worries for me there. And once again, I think I'm going to just turn my iron up to max because I was having no problems with this the other day. Because I really need that oil, I need that wax to get nice and melty. So that I can get all of this paper coated. My iron does have like an auto shut off, so nothing gets burned. So I do need to pick it up from time to time. See, there we go. See, I pumped this iron up to max, and with the oil chips, well, the wax chips. I mean, it's soy. So the wax chips that I've already put on there, it is going to coat all of this paper. So I'm going to turn that around. Okay. So, this is the fun part. You get to see it all done. All right, so with the wax paper, you can see that it kind of creates these little oil bubbles, I guess is what I'm going to call it. I don't know the technical name for it. I still need to get some there. But that's an easy fix as well. That's actually why I have the towel, and I'll show you in a minute. So since this is cardstock, I'm probably going to need to add another smidgen of wax to get those little stubborn bits. Okay, that should do it for that. Yep, all good. I love the way this sounds after. It's so satisfying. But anyway. All right, so I'm just going to close that up. And then I'm going to grab previously used wax paper. And this is just kind of how I leach any excess oil off to get those bits that haven't really seeped in. You can see those really wet bits. So what I'll do is smooth that out, heat it up again, open it up, grab my rag, and wipe it down. It is hot, so be careful. I can put this in there so I can get a good wipe down. This is printed with a fairly inexpensive HP inkjet printer. The ink did stand up. As you can see, there's no bleeding, no blending, no nothing. Once again, cardstock paper. No issues here. Just getting that excess oil off. Okay. And the same with this one. Just give it a good wipe down. If you're worried about your surface getting oily, I have found that this is fairly easy to clean up. So don't be too worried about that. And also, soy wax, it's not like a coconut oil where it feels like super oily or anything. It's honestly, it's very, very smooth on your hands. It's almost like a lotion in a sense, but me doing this is already kind of like having that slippery feel disappear. So yeah, it's very, very easy to work with. There we go. So we have two pieces. for that. And I'm going to try to do a little bit less talking and work a bit faster with the next round. We're going to do tissue paper. Well, a napkin, and another printable. Let's see how it works with black ink. Same paper. Okay, we're not wasting at all here. And since I know that the wax goes to that end, I will just go ahead and put it in the crease already. Oops. Actually, yes. So I did not put my wax down first because there's already wax in there, right? And actually, I see that there's wax here too. So once the wax dries, it will stay on the wax paper, right? So you can kind of like continuously use it. I'm gonna go ahead and just trim this down so you guys can see how it works on the tissue paper. Get a 3-in-1 here. This needs to be a little bit further in. So you can see it's already picking up that excess oil. This is like magic, I swear. Crafting is magic. Once again, we're at that 9, at that highest level. Ooh, all right. Remember how I said not all ink is created equal? Not all surfaces are created equal. So we have a blooper. We have a mess up here. Okay. I'd rather it happen to me than it happen to you. So let's see what we have. This napkin, no bueno. The ink rubbed off. I will continue to work on that one, but I don't want that to spread to these. So I'm going to take these off for now. Set them to the side. We're just going to see, even with that ink spreading, we're going to see what this does. I am going to add on a little bit more of my wax. It's probably too much. So it could be the wax that's causing the ink to run and melt. It could also be the heat. I'm not a scientist. I did not make this napkin. I have no idea why. But it's probably the ink that they use. It's probably not. It's just not meant for this. Is all. And this can have a bit of a smell to it. Like with this one here, I'm definitely getting a smell from it. So I definitely think it's the ink that's just reacting with the heat, and it doesn't like it at all. So if you're worried about a smell, take this outside if you're experimenting like I am. Okay. So it's not awful, right? You can kind of tell some of the ink coloration in there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside for now and let this kind of dry on its own. I don't want to do anything else to this. And we're going to check this out at the end to see what that did on its own. And now I have to get some new wax paper. So one moment, I will be back. Okay, I'm back. New parchment paper, new sheets of paper loaded up with the wax already down. So we have an old dictionary page, and then we're gonna finish off this tissue paper and the printed squid. Slippery. And I already see that I'm gonna need a little bit more wax. So let's just go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna just go a little bit crazy right now. Not there though. I'm gonna do it here. So of course, the thicker the paper that you're working with, the more wax you're going to need. I do love the effect that it gives the tissue paper. It makes the tissue paper so clear, so transparent. Um, this is definitely a cool way, I think, to make transparent stickers. Yeah, give me some oil there. I'm just seeing where oil needs to be and putting some wax in that spot. And this will be my final run on this one. It should be anyway. And you know, even if you do still have some of those spots that aren't completely see-through, I think that's okay because it definitely does give a unique look to whatever piece you're working on. So I might just leave those bits a little opaque still, not completely transparent. That's not bothering me at all, especially since it's the edge. So It'll probably get ripped anyway. So we do have a good bit of excess here. Not worried. But look how clear. I mean, seriously, look how clear that is. I'm not going to do my wipe down just yet. I'm going to try to get all of these done. And then I'll do the wipe down so I can move a bit faster. I'm so excited to show you guys. You cannot see through this paper. Okay, it is so dark and crunchy. So we're going to put that in there. I'm going to use whatever oil I have on here first. Wax. They keep saying oil, but it's wax. Wax. So that did soak up a good bit. But we're gonna add some more. This is a full 8.5 by 11 page. I think this is regular copy paper. I think. Do you see how fast that oil melts? I mean, look, wax melts. Yeah, this wax melts so fast. You would think this would be a very quick project, but it's kind of not. Because, you know, you don't want to overdo the oil on the paper. You don't want to overuse your products. Right? Because as a crafter, supplies, you just kind of want to be smart about how you use supplies. And seriously, the way you use your iron on this project does help. The oil can seep out of the edge, so I try not to take my iron and pull it this way. Once I get to this edge, I try to take the iron and put it on the edge and then push it back the other way. Right? And then I'll kind of come in and get a little bit closer to that edge. Because you can see the oil. Let me see if I can. Let me get that off. It's smoking up a bit. So you can see the oil being pushed. The wax being pushed through with the iron. I did figure with this paper I would use quite a bit of wax. So I had a mental note of that already. So I'm not worried. So if you are concerned about using a lot of wax, don't do a full sheet paper. So you see I have the corners, well, the edges here. So I'm going to go in to the edge and push in. And then I'm going to come in and pull out. Oh, we're going to have a stubborn corner. Like I have to work that wax all the way through the paper into that corner. Once again, it is a process. The work is totally worth the payoff for me, and I find this quite relaxing. It's like magic, like I said. It's insane. Gotta switch hands. It's almost done. I just have like a little smidget of that one little piece left. We're gonna get it. We're gonna. Almost, almost. I'm gonna flip this over and give it a good iron here. I do think the iron did, the heat from the iron did darken my paper quite a bit, but I'm not mad at that. So there is quite a bit of oil wax on here. I'm just gonna do that really quick. You guys can't see that it's transparent yet, but it is transparent. Okay, give me one moment. I'll be right back with another one of these loaded up. Okay, maybe not. My phone won't let me pause for some reason. Interesting. Okay, it's okay. We'll go through it. We have another large paper here. This is red cabbage dyed paper. Once again, I know there's a lot of oil on this page, on this wax paper, so we're just going to use what we have on there already and then go from there. This paper might turn colors because with the red cabbage, heat or acidity or anything like that can manipulate the color. So this will be interesting. Yeah, I think it's going to turn a little bit purple. Super cool. Maybe. I hope. I'm hoping. Yeah, there's some purple coming out there. And the edges have gotten darker. Just gonna have fun with this wax. So I'm trying to hold on really well to this side of the paper so that I can get a really good firm press on getting that wax evenly spread out. Flip-a-roo, and that is hot. Hot, hot. If you guys have some heat resistant gloves, I do somewhere from my flat iron for my hair. Maybe you want to wear those, just, you know, to be on the safe side if you're worried about getting burnt. Because it can get a little bit spicy in here with this. Those stubborn little edges. Urgh. The death of me. We're going to be strategic about where we place this bit down so that we can get that handled. And voila. Alright, well that's cool. This is very interesting. Those images that were dyed on there definitely seem to pop more this way than what it previously did. I probably did iron it a bit too much because it did turn a little brown on me. But I'm not mad at that. We'll just pop that to the side now. And we have this one little bit. I did save this one for last because I think this ink is going to run. And I think it's going to run because I tried doing I tried using this ink the other day, doing this, and it ran on me. It was a red ink. I can show you what that did. So they were stamped this color red, and this is Dewdrop Versa Magic chalk ink. So this will not, I know for certain this will not work with the red one. Anyway, we're going to see how the blue one, Ocean Depth, makes out, but it did run. Although it did, so the red color went away, but it still came out kind of like this neutral gray looking color. So yeah. Once again, we're going to use what we have and heat it up. Yeah, I think it's gonna run. I can kind of tell the bits around it are kind of like a different color. Yeah, there's some ink runoff on this. So I am gonna add just a little bit more so that you guys can kind of see what it actually does. Now, everything previously that was inked, like on the tissue paper, once again, that is Tim Holtz Distressed Oxide. Those held up completely well. They did fantastic with this little project. Okay, so this did not run as much as the red, so that's very interesting to see, but there was some color that did come off. I don't know if you guys can see it, but some color did pick up. Let's see here. But I feel like the paper wasn't saturated enough with the wax, so I really want to get it in there. Yeah, you see, let's zoom in a bit. Like the wax is kind of yellow, well, green, really, greenish. And you can even see here, kind of, the paper is dyed a little greenish. Okay, so let's get to, I guess, kind of the cleaning up of these, right? I'm going to go ahead and get a new thing of parchment paper because I really do want to get all of the excess wax off of these. And I did go with a large sheet because I have those full pages of paper, right? So we're not going to do this one first. We will do that last because I don't want any color runoff to stick to any other pages. So all I'm doing here is, once again, heating it all up and allowing that wax that's kind of not really saturated into the paper attached to the parchment paper so that we don't have a super waxy paper. You see, it's still there. And then we're going to come in here and do the clean off bit. I love this. I feel like I want to do like a journal. Only these type of papers. Like only the faux vellum, although that would be a really hard thing to do. Beautiful. Okay, moving right along. So you can kind of see, you know, there's like a little bit of a wax buildup here. So that's really kind of what we're taking off now. And it's just going to be a quick iron to get the excess wax wet. And we come in and wipe. And of course, the parchment paper that I am using, that will be used as well. So we are not wasting any of this stuff that we're using today. You guys are going to be shocked at how clear this specific paper is. Not clear, but like transparent, see-through, because it's dark. It is a very dark brown paper. And you can see through it. Okay, and we're actually going to lay a couple of things down here. so that we can work on multiples to help this time frame going. Guys, I've been using this towel for like years for my nails crafting. This is actually nail polish here. So, yeah. Look. Look how transparent that is. You can read. You can read through that. Love it. Oh, okay. So here we go. I am getting a little bit of bleed off as I wipe the excess oil off. So on this printed paper, blot, don't swipe. On the side that's printed anyway. I would suggest on the opposite side it would be okay. Yeah, the opposite side is okay, but the side that's actually printed, blot, don't swipe. So I typically probably would not do another dictionary page like this because of the words being on both sides. I do think that one-sided paper is best for faux vellum because you can see it now. Right on the back and the front, you can see the words come through. And that's totally okay, you know, if that's what you want. Not a big deal. I'm just showing you guys how this works on different things so that you can use it however you see fit and however you like. We're almost done. And we can just kind of show off the finalized project. This does not have to be laid out perfectly. And remember, this is printed paper, so I'm not going to swipe. I'm only going to blot. And how I'm going to blot is I'm just going to lay my towel on it and press down. Okay, I'm going to pick that up, turn it over, and do that. My papers are getting a massage. So look at this, right? This is the tissue paper on the wax paper, and it looks like it's one piece of paper. This, that is so clear. Not only that, but doing this, I feel like it gives the tissue paper a little bit more durability. I'm not worried about that being ripped, but yeah, if you work with tissue paper and you know you find it being really thin, I should have gotten a colored tissue paper for you guys, but this is what we have. Sorry, with the camera, bad. We're gonna clean that up a little bit. Also, I do find that kind of like just rubbing as well kind of dispenses the oil a little bit better as too. And I don't know, it seems to be a little bit more transparent if you kind of like rub it in a little bit better. Ooh, I'm gonna have to print out some bottles, some like old antique bottles, and do this. Excitement. Okay. So let's see what we did here. This is the tissue paper, normally with stamping. Let's just open a little book. Right. So yeah, it's still transparent, right? You can see through tissue paper. That's what it looks like regular. That's what it looks like with soy wax melted. You can read straight through that. This is going to be amazing for layering. Also, look, I am rubbing this on to that book page, and there is no oil coming off of this, no wax coming off of this, nothing. That is done. I think some ink just came off because I rubbed it really hard. That is it. So there is no oiling on anything. Okay. Cardstock paper. Cardstock paper. You may not be able to pick it up in the camera, but I can read this. It says, she fears him and will always. So you can see through this as well. Plain printer paper. Completely transparent. Book page. The book page does pick up words as well. Once again, it is more difficult to see because it has words on it itself, but it does pick up. You can see the image from the opposite side. My little squid, just plain printer paper, completely see-through. Let's zoom in. Let's go there. Completely see-through. I can't wait to use this. And then my avocado dyed paper with some stenciling. That is beautiful. This was, I do believe this was tracing paper. Look how pretty that looks. Look at this coloration here. This is so nice. And the one that I've been dying to show you guys. So dark, right? So dark. zoomed all the way in, you can see those letters. I need a manicure. Don't pay attention to that, please. Pay attention to the paper. Along in the morning, about 1/2 past, I don't know what that word says, 3. I can't see it because I can't, I'm not close enough, so I did have to lift it up a little bit. And let's go to the darker side. I mean, okay, here we go. You guys can still see that. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm so happy. I am so happy that I was able to figure this out and share it with you guys. Definitely a game changer for me because I don't technically use vellum paper a lot, and I don't have a lot, but I like the fact that I can make my own and I can print it, buy the paper, turn pretty much any paper that I want into this. And I think this might also work on fabric too, but that might be another video. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something new, and I hope you guys can try this out. If you try it and it doesn't work and you want some tips and tricks, let me know. If you want to see any specific paper, let me know. I do have heavier cardstock. I do have designer cardstock, so I could do that as well for you really quick. Maybe turn that into a short. But if you haven't already done so, subscribe, like, comment, please, please, please. I appreciate it all. And until next time, bye bye. So I totally forgot to show you guys the blue ink and the napkin. Because I put these aside so that the inks wouldn't run off on anything else. I just totally forgot about them. Honestly. So here we go. So I am very happy that this ink did hold up. And once again, you can see through it. There we go. You can completely see through this. This was tracing paper. So this does have this paper does feel a little bit different compared to the wax paper and even just like regular copy paper. So yeah, it does have a different feel to it, and it does have a little bit more of a sheen on this side. Actually, on both sides, they do have a little bit more of a sheen to tracing paper. And the napkin, once again, completely see-through. The little ridges are still there, as you can see. Let's see, yeah, you can see how some of the color moved a bit, but I don't hate it. So I'm glad that this is still usable. And this does say, the earth has music to those who listen. Yeah. So, and this does, oh, there we go. So you can still tear it, of course, but I definitely think that the wax gives it a little bit more strength. Okay. So now you saw everything. Bye.